We're all familiar with the handheld camera. The technique is often used to make a scene feel more grounded, like we're there in the action rather than just observers. Its defining quality is that it feels human, the way a human would see. For the sake of this video, we'll be calling this type of camera movement the human camera. This gets expanded in the realm of art like found footage films, where we're not meant to see as a human does, but as a distinctly human-operated camera does. In Cloverfield or the Blair Witch Project, we zoom, get left behind, dropped, etc. We can still feel the human operating the camera, but we are aligned with the camera as a distinct object. The camera is distinctly diegetic, whereas the handheld camera, or human camera, is not always. But what's the next evolution? From human to human-operated to a new type of handheld exemplified by Charli XCX's music video for the single off her new album Brat, Von Dutch. Meet the Inhuman-operated handheld camera. Now, what makes this type of camera distinct? It starts off normally, like paparazzi. It almost feels like we are watching through a photographer's camera as she wrestles to get the perfect tabloid shot. Take a frame and it could be on the cover of some clickbait article, and we know we are watching through a human-operated camera, not a human camera, as it zooms, a movement impossible for human eyes. But pretty soon it starts to get weird. The camera is placed firmly as diegetic when she swipes it away, and it has to overcome obstacles in its environment as the human operating it would. But then it makes one movement which firmly detaches it from the human presence. This flip. A full 180-degree turn along two axes. A human could barely make this movement, never at this speed. The camera is later punched down a flight of stairs, but is able to remain unharmed, instantly jumping back up to follow the action. The least human movement comes when Charli jumps off the wing of a plane and is followed by the camera. The jumping motion itself feels like a human-operated motion, but the height of the jump lets us know that this is no human presence. If this was shot like found footage, for instance, the human-operated camera, the camera would clatter to the ground, not instantly chase after Charli unfazed. The camera's motion in this video is obsessive. No matter how much it bleeds or is beaten, it is never deterred. In this way, it has a personality, like a physical being or a human. But still, it remains distinctly non-human through its actions. It's worth noting that there are other types of inhuman-operated diegetic cameras being used today, most notably the drone. However, drones are not meant to align with human sight as they are remote, not handheld. Their smooth flight is unnatural to our way of looking, whereas this is meant to perceive as a human does through a camera, non-remotely. In our human to human-operated to inhuman-operated evolution, the drone does fall into inhuman-operated as well, but as a distinctly different species of it. We are not meant to feel the operator behind a drone, just a flight. Here, we do still feel the presence of an operator, but still cannot comprehend them as fully human even with the handheld motion, as their ability to capture action exceeds our own. From the human camera to human-operated to inhuman-operated, each of the three captures action like a person would, with distinct caveats. Human cameras detach us from the sight of a camera, aligning us with a more natural way of looking. Human-operated cameras have a strong limit on how much they can capture the action. Often they are unable to see all of it or unable to keep up. The inhuman-operated camera takes this and overturns it. It never has to give up its search for the subject, even if it loses Charli or is beaten to a pulp by her. It continues relentlessly in its quest to keep her in the frame, overcoming injuries that would stop a human-operated camera in its tracks. The camera transcends the limits of human operation while maintaining the quality of it. It is a humanistic, inhuman feeling that matches the excess and obsession of the song perfectly. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.